I'm still trying to work through my thrift stash, and I have 3 projects that I have been so excited about getting started, and that's what I'm doing today. Plus, it's August. That means I need to start getting things in my booth that are fall related. So, you're going to see me do these 3 projects with a little fall flair. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. My name's Melissa. Now let's go ahead and get to crafting. I picked this up at the thrift store and I love the shape of it. It came from Kirkland's, and the bottom is a different color than the top, so I don't know if someone got this and refinished it themselves or if this is how it was sold, but I'm not really a big fan of the way it's painted, so I'm going to give this 2 coats of Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster. I hope it covers all of these colors, but I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I do go ahead and paint this just with brush strokes, but then I go back over it and I dab those brush strokes just to kind of get rid of the brush strokes, but I don't give it a full dabbing and stippling motion. So you can see that I'm just brushing the paint on and then going back over it with that brush. And I am going to paint the bottom of it just to make sure it's all cohesive. I did do the 2 coats and it covered it really well. So now I am going to put some transfers on here. The transfers I'm using come from this IOD set, and I think that there are several really pretty transfers in here that could translate a little bit of fall-ish. So I am just going to kind of go through each page, pick out the ones that are more fall-like, cut them out and get them ready to transfer around the sides of this vessel. Like I said, I love the shape of it, so I couldn't wait to get this started. I just think it's so pretty. So I'm going to do these botanicals all the way around. So I did get started with this one, and I should have started cutting it before I laid it down, but it worked out fine. It would just been a little bit easier if I had cut it first. But I do mainly use my fingernail to get that transfer down. You just lay the transfer sheet down onto your project and you use the stick, or you can use your finger. I feel like when I use the stippling motion, using my finger gets it better. But anyway, I do that with all of the botanical transfers. Once you transfer it down, you want to make sure you go over it with that transfer sheet just to make sure that there are no bubbles and everything is laid down and adhered to the project very well. Now, once I finish this, I go ahead and go over it with some clear wax. You'll have to let me know in the comments. I decided I just wanted to make it simple and just do the clear wax. Do you think I should go back with some aging wax or antique wax by Waverly and kind of distress it and make it look a little more aged? I don't know. I just think it looks just so pretty with just being clean looking. Once I get all that wax down, I do go over it and get the excess off with a dry shop towel, but this is how it turned out. I just think this is just so pretty. I love all these different colors of botanicals, and since I have it all the way around, you can pick which side you want to show and use whatever flowers suits that best. But I just think this is so pretty. Let me know what you think. Should I have put the antique wax on there or not? For this project, I'm going to take this thrifted, I guess, planter urn, and I'm going to paint the inside of it as well as the outside with old trusty Waverly chalk paint in the color Moss. I do give this 2 coats of the chalk paint. 1 coat covered it really well, but there were just a few little spots that I missed, so I did go over it a second time. And there is a lot of texture already on this piece, but I do use a stippling motion because I definitely don't want brush strokes, but I do use a stippling motion just to try to get the best coverage possible. All right, here it is after my 2 coats are dry. I love the way this looks already, but I want to put a transfer kind of on this curved portion, and I am using this Redesign with Prima set. I can't remember the name of it, and I will look for it, but I'll put a link to it in the description box. But I'm just going to use one of these kind of fall swags, and I usually start in the middle, but after I set it down I realized I probably should have just not set it down in the middle, but it came back up, so, and it didn't mess it up. But I did start on one end, and it was kind of a little tricky just because of the shape of the urn, but once I got it started it went well. The transfer went down perfectly, and then I did go over it with that transfer sheet just to make sure it was all laying down. Then I'm going over it with some clear wax, and I'm not going to wipe away any of that clear wax. I know that I'm going to use antique wax after, and I want to be able to move that antique wax around really well, so that's why I leave the clear wax alone and not wipe it back. So once I get all of the clear wax on there, then I do go in with a smaller brush and I start applying the antique wax into the sort of designs or the crevices of the piece, the details of the piece. And then once I get it, and I do it in sections, once I get it down, then I go back in with a dry shop towel, and that's when I wipe away the excess of both the clear and the antique wax. And if I see that there's any puddling, I just use that brush and I kind of go back over it and wipe it back away, and then use whatever's left to go over the rest. And this is how it came out. I just think this is so pretty. I love this color green with the antique wax and the white wax. I know if you've been here any time, you've seen me do it both. Which is your favorite? But let me know what you think about this project. I think it's so pretty. For this thrift makeover, I have 2 pieces that I've thrifted, and I'm gonna make them one piece. I have this little cookie jar. I guess this is a cookie jar, but I am not really crazy about the finish, and it also doesn't have any kind of like knob or whatever handle on the top. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to take some E6000 and I'm going to attach this to the base of this. I really probably need some new E6000 because this one's pretty thick and it's pretty old, but I take the E6000, put it on this candlestick, and I kind of spread it out and then put it on the bottom and put a really heavy book on it. And then I have a little knob that I got off of a piece of furniture that we flipped, and I'm gonna attach it to the lid. All right, now I do want to get a base coat, so I'm gonna spray the lid and this. I'm going to use the Krylon Fusion in Satin Espresso. Now that the spray paint has dried, I'm going to go over this with Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster, and I am just going to start it by dabbing it on. I'm not even going to try to brush the strokes on because I want this to have a really good texture. You don't even have to really use salt wash or any kind of like baking soda or anything like that to get this sort of texture. And so I just dab the paint on the whole piece, and I do 2 coats on both the canister part and the lid, except I don't do it to the knob. I leave that because I'm going to do something else to that. So once this is dry, then I will continue, and I did notice after the first coat that I was starting to get some crackle. Once those 2 coats were dry, I am going to use this transfer that came from that same transfer set from the other project, and I'm going to set the transfer into place, and that's when I start rubbing it down. Now this was much easier because it was more of a smooth surface and not a curved surface, and so it was much easier to transfer down, and it honestly came up with hardly any effort at all. All right, I'm out in my garage again, and I wanted to show you, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but there's a good bit of crackle on here. You can maybe see it on the base, but there is some crackle, and you can see it here. So I want to take advantage of that, hopefully, but I want to protect the color as well. So I am going to spray both pieces with this matte clear enamel. It's the Rust-Oleum, and that's going to protect the color, so when I go back with an antique wax, it's not going to turn it all brown. So I'm just going to spray this, maybe give it, I'll probably just give it 1 coat, but give it a good coat, and then we will let that dry. All right, this is dry now, but before I do anything else, I want to give this knob a coat of Rub and Buff in the Antique Gold. Now that everything's dry, I'm going in with the Waverly Antique Wax, and I'm giving it a pretty good coat. I'm wiping away the excess with a dry shop towel. Then I'm going in with a baby wipe, and I'm wiping back even more of that brown color because I do want it to not be brown. I just want it to look really aged and really worn, and so by using that baby wipe, it does take away the rest of that really dark brown color, and it just gives it this really pretty aged look. And you can see the crackle, and I just think this is so pretty. You'll have to let me know what you think about this project. Before we take one final look at all the projects, I do want to share a Bible verse with you, and this one comes from Joshua chapter 1 verse 8, and it says, "Study this book of instruction continually, meditate on it day and night, so you will be sure to obey everything written in it. Only then will you prosper and succeed in all you do." I hope this verse is a blessing to you today, and I do want to thank you so much for coming by and taking some time to watch this video, and I hope I gave you a little bit of inspiration for the upcoming fall season. I know I can't wait for some cooler weather, and I think fall is my favorite season. So if you want to see more videos like this, then make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. If you're new here and you love this sort of content, then go ahead and click that subscribe button and click the bell button so you're notified when I upload new videos. And everybody, please give this video a big thumbs up because it really does help me out with YouTube. And again, if you want to see more videos like this, then go ahead and check out the boxes you see on the screen right now, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.